Now in this following example we are given 4 jobs, right? 4 jobs, and we are given deadlines. Here D means deadlines and P means the profits earned when you complete this particular job, right? So deadline is 2 units of time, 1 unit of time, 1 unit of time and 2 units of time. Now how you make a Gantt chart here, or else people say Gantt chart, okay? Gantt chart here. So if you are aware with operating systems process scheduling concept, then this is very easy to understand. Or as well, suppose you can consider this an array, but it is a bit different than that. Okay. Okay. Now, how many elements should be present in that Gantt chart? Okay. So take the maximum element, that is maximum deadline, that is present in the given deadline set. This is a set of elements present in deadline. Take out the maximum element, that would be the size of the Gantt chart. So here 2 is the highest thing. So I will make a Gantt chart like this. That is, here I will start any kind of work. That is, out of these 4 jobs I will start from 0. Any kind of work from the unit time 0. Okay, till 1, and here 2. So this is the maximum size of the Gantt chart, and always check out the highest number present in the given deadlines of a job scheduling. Okay. Now once you are done with this, there are approaches here. First approach, I'm a greedy person and I want more profits. Anyone wants the same thing. So take out the job which is giving you more profits, okay, and place it in the first of the things. So for suppose if I place J4 here, why and what is the constraint of placing before? Check it out. See, 2, I have 2 units of time to complete this job J4. Within 2 units, at any unit I can complete J4, but under 2 units I should complete the task. So it is acceptable here. Okay. So 10, and check out the another greater number. Okay, this is 6. Okay, this is 8. If I take 8 here, can I place J2, that is the profit that we get from J2, here or not? That is the question you should ask yourself before placing the thing there. So observe carefully. Here the constant is 1, that is the given deadline is 1, and we have crossed the given deadline, that is 1 unit of time is completed and we have placed J4 there in that particular block. Now after crossing the deadline, there is no meaning of getting a profit even though we do the work, right? At a particular time, if you are doing the particular work and it should be completed, then only you will earn some profit. Crossing the deadlines and you are saying that I have completed the work, there is no kind of profit earned here. Okay. So you cannot place J2 here. Now check the another highest number, 6. Okay. If you take J1, the profit earned is 6, and check out the deadline. Deadline is 2. So happily you can place J1 here. I hope you got the thing, because the deadline is 2 and within the given deadline we have completed J4, within the given deadline we have completed the job 1 and job 4. Okay. So what is its profit earned? 6. So if you calculate 10 plus 6 is equals to 16. So this is one of the way, but here greedy method means finding the optimal, and according to the thing and the question we should get the maximum profits. So another approach is that take the same list or a Gantt chart. Now schedule in such a way that you can place J4 in the last column also, right, in the previous question. because if you place J4 in the last column, it is acceptable. You take away as far as possible the one with the highest deadline length and the most profited one, take it as far as possible. Okay, if you don't want to consider the deadline, consider this one, profits. The profit, the one which is yielding higher profits, take it away. That is, not, don't make it at the very start of the given Gantt chart. Take it away. If I place J4 here, is it acceptable? Check out the condition. Within 2 units I am completing this job, so it is acceptable and I am earning a 10 rupees of profit. Okay, 10 rupees or 10 anything, 10 rupees of profit. Now check the second highest. The process is same but approach is different. Check the second highest, 8. Now see the variation. If you want to take away from the highest thing, that is from 0 you don't want to go until 1, there is no other kind of thing that you can make a presence here. That is, the second highest number is 8. Okay, and if you place J2 here, it is acceptable, which is yielding a profit of 8, Now the total profit earned would be 18, right? So this is the first approach. In that we are not getting the particular or else very much wanted thing, that is maximum profit we are not getting. But in the second approach we are getting the maximum profit, and the approach we followed is take the job with the highest profit and move towards the dead end. Dead end means until this one, until the deadline given. Okay, go for the maximum thing. Here we have taken J4 and we have went towards the right hand side and checked for the deadline, and according to the deadline we have placed J4 in that particular block and we have earned 10 rupees. After that, check for another greater number. We have checked the 8, and is it feasible this time, that is it acceptable to place in that particular block. We have placed it, we have got the solution. So let's take 2 more examples and the concept will be clear.